Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Thug sister gets up on IG and she defends Thug. But is that the right thing to do? Put it in the comments. Thug is not allowed to play or be a part of any gang activity. But does that mean that his sister, his brother, or his comrades could take up the voice that the government is holding over his head to put him back in jail for at least 15 years if he promotes gang activity? Now, I'm going to play a tape from his sister, and it sounds like she promoting a little gang activity there. Sis, slow down. We don't want your brother get caught up by your words. We know that's not what you're trying to do, and we ain't trying to do it. Right now, let's get this party started. All right? All right, you know what it is. Unique Mech Audio, man. This is Thug's sister. She's getting ready to speak right now. The things she say could get him in a lot of trouble because she's talking about the gang. Let's just hear what she got to say. All right.
Yeah, Rollo said, he said, Thug made everybody not talk to me. Nah, they ain't want to talk to you anyway. My brother ain't had nothing to do with that. But you ain't spending on nobody. It's like we need to sit down and talk. I ain't hang your religion, but baby, we don't, we talk to God about shit. Y'all know I'm disrespectful. I be saying shit. I need to not say nothing to people, but don't be on the internet acting like my brother just a hoe, and y'all know my brother ain't that. On the internet acting like y'all just harm my brother. You know for a fact y'all doing it because he can't come back to Atlanta.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Niggas gonna do this. Niggas gonna click up. Niggas gonna do all this because they know he can't come back to Atlanta.
Do y'all think that Atlanta is attacking Young Thug because he can't go back to Atlanta? Do you think that Young Thug want to go back to Atlanta? Do you think Young Thug want to ride for this the way everyone is calling him a snitch after the interrogation room? Somebody put it in the comments. Somebody let me know if you think this is about Young Thug can't go to Atlanta. That's why they attacking him. All right?
That the only thing it is, he can't come back here. All that spit. Spit on who? Man, we gonna lay right back to A. Now we been putting belt to ass. That's why everybody clicked up.
Yeah, that putting belt to ass. What does that mean to you when you hear belt to ass? What I think is that means putting pressure on. Like they've been putting pressure. Now the feds is sitting back watching this, and he and her saying that, yeah, we've been putting belt to ass. We've been putting pressure on these dudes in Atlanta. So now if you've been putting pressure on them, that means you proving my point that your brother is a gang member. That's how they're looking at this. They're still building the case, sis. Be careful what you say. I know you love your brother as you should. I know you want to defend your brother as you should. But the very words you say could come back to haunt you. And we don't want that haunting you. Let's ride.
No, you know the block. They said when Jeff got out, he went and did an interview. His first interview was with white people and not a black person. Yeah, so all the black niggas, they mad because when he got out, he did an interview with a white person instead of his black community.
Did anybody hear that? That the black community was mad because Thug did his first interview with a white dude when we know they paid him way more handsomely than any YouTuber would. This went on national streams with 100 million subscribers, is where Thug took his story. Do you think he was wrong for taking the bag? Or do you think he should have gave it to a black person for $2,500? You know what I mean? Or he should have took that $500,000, whatever they gave him, to bring it to the mainstream. Somebody explain this to me. All right, what we doing? We riding.
All that 20,000, 30,000, baby. My brother want $1 million a building. Bye.
And that's how that is, right? But now that you understand, sis, be careful what you say, because what you say could come back to haunt your brother. Because you can't be your brother's spokesperson because you're too closely connected to the bloodline, and they're going to say that he's telling you what to say when you're speaking from your heart, and we could feel that, that you as a sister, you speak and how you feel, and you're entitled because you have the First Amendment. But when you have a brother that's under the watchful eye of the federal government, I think it's time to really sit back and think, sis. I know you love him, and Thug, I know you love her. Y'all make sure she get this. I like to interview this young lady because I want to ask her some real questions. If anybody know where she's at, let her know my number, man. Let me put my number up here if y'all know where she at. I definitely would like to talk to her, but on a sensible time, because that'll be good to talk to the sister, like I did a video yesterday on my daughter, being away from me for 26 and a half years. I went in, she was 7, came home, she was 34. And, I wanted y'all to hear how she went through it, because I know y'all like hearing the violence and the war stories of what went on in the prison and all that, but we have to try and reach the babies. Maybe if they could see the pain that me and my daughter went through, they'll understand. So maybe if they could see the pain that this young lady is going through, then she'll understand. But then now I also want to, bring in Little Woody, right? I'm going to bring Little Woody in, right? I've been watching Little Woody, and I got to say that he definitely sounds like a changed man, and a lot of things that he's saying is positive. He said some things to Thug on an interview that I looked at where he let him know, I still love you, but let's stop faking. You're a rat like me. You went in the interrogation room like me. You're no different than me. I own it. You own it. It hurts to be called a rat. But when we ratted, that's what we signed up for. You can't try and rat behind closed doors and then come out from behind the closed door and now you're lying. You could come out from the closed door as a ferocious rat. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm just saying it for what it is. Because I know a lot of gangster rappers. And I know a lot of gangster rats. Just because someone sat in that interrogation room don't mean they won't blow your face off. Let's get that straight. They might have lost their manhood when they sat down with the ops and gave up their comrades, but that don't take away the violence that's in their heart. And that's the way that play out. You know what I mean? Just so that you can fully understand. So let's hear what Thug got to say, man. I mean, Woody.
If I sat down and told the police, do, and Thug sat down and told the police, bird, me and Thug the same thing, partner.
Huh?
Me and Thug the same thing. I love
Do y'all agree with that or not? Do y'all agree with that or not? Somebody put it in the comments. Do y'all agree with that or not?
Thug. And you still gotta be careful what you say about him to me. Because I might slap you if you say the wrong thing. I can't help how my heart is. I can't.
He letting it know that Young Thug is in his heart. You understand? Young Thug is just like him, but Young Thug just haven't realized it yet. That's what Woody's saying. Woody's saying, come out, man. Just say what it is. We went in the interrogation room. We tried to finesse these people. It didn't work. We got caught up and we got exposed. But now what do we do from here? Do we still try and hide behind being the lion that we were when we sat in the interrogation room? Woody's speaking some jewels here. And then the brother Gunna haven't said one thing yet, And a lot of people, let's ride. A lot of people is saying that Gunna's the one that released these tapes. Then a lot of people are saying the state is the one that released these tapes. But I want you to know that Gunna could have released the tapes. The state could have released the tape. But you could also get the tapes from Freedom of Information. All I heard was a bunch of personal phone calls. with Thug and 21 Savage, and 21 Savage stock went up like this with me because he handled like a man. He said, yo, I think you should capitalize off of it. You know what I mean? Because, that's business. But we know in the street, we don't deal with them. So in other words, let him pay for you even messing with him. He giving you 50% now. Make him give you 80%, being that he ratted on you. Let him pay for that and then reel him in and then get something off it and then we all eat. He was talking from a business point of view, but we already know from a street point of view, because even Thug asked him in the tape. I don't have to play the tape. Y'all know what he said. It's been all over the internet. Thug asked him in the tape, would you do that? And 21 Savage said, man, yo, we two different breeds, my trigger. You know what I mean? He ain't been in the trenches like I've been in the trenches, But before we go any further, make sure you subscribe to my daughter Juanita Mecca Audio's YouTube channel and Real Boss TTTV. If you want to hear the banging music, you want to sit back, you want something to ride to, and you in your car and you're looking for some music, put on Real Boss TTTV. All right? That's what I listen to. I don't know why everybody calling, but we're going to ignore that. Been trying to put it on silent. But let me get back to Woody, because Woody speaking some signs. He said straight up, I still love Thug. If y'all say the wrong thing about Thug around me, I might the crap out of you. Because he's letting it be known that he has loyalty to Woody, but his loyalty is to himself. Woody's saying he had loyalty to Thug, but his loyalty was to Woody when he got picked up, put the handcuffs on him, and went in the interrogation room. I don't agree with it, but I respect that he's man enough to stand on it. He's telling you what he did. He's telling you who he is. Do you think that Thug may crash out behind all of this pressure that he's getting with everybody calling him a rat? But one thing he haven't done, and y'all put in the comments the reason why. But all I'm hearing is that one thing he haven't done is he haven't talked any trash to Woody. Why he haven't talked any trash to Woody? Y'all put in the comments. I'm just an old man, been going 26 years and trying to prevent these youngins from going down there. Y'all put it in the comments, because don't forget, I already told you, because someone sat in that interrogation room and ratted don't mean they won't blow your fucking face off. And those are the most dangerous ones. And that's why you just leave them. Let me take you on a ride. I feel good today. I'm going to take you on a ride. When we're in the prison, right, we get dudes that may come on the compound. We're just trying to do our bid. We got a decade in. We done wisened up a little bit. We still don't like rat bastards. You know what I mean? But now a rat comes and he's in the car. Nobody likes that. Some compounds, they don't have the aggressive force to run a rat off the compound. But when a rat comes and hide that he's a rat, and then they find out that he's a rat, then now all the aggression comes out that wouldn't have been there if when he came, he would have just said, yo, listen, man, I couldn't do it. I told I'm going to do my time. I'm going to stay over here. You know what I mean? And I'm going to leave y'all over there. I understand I lost my, my manhood. I lost my credibility, everything for what I've done. And then some compounds, they say, okay, all right, you just stay over there. And people know, you go in the yard, you see him walking the track by himself like a lonely bird, because no one messes with him. And he ratted, you leave him alone. But when a dude say, I'm not a rat, and then now you making criminal moves, you breaking the law with moves, and you got him with you, and he's telling you that he's not a rat, and then now you find out that he is a rat. And then you think of all the things you've done with him. Now it's time to eliminate him. But I'm not promoting violence. I'm just telling you like it is so y'all understand how this works. So I know everybody say, oh, yeah, he couldn't live in a car in a penitentiary, couldn't live in a penitentiary. No, some compounds a rat can live as long as, he identify who he is. You got some people that'll leave him be. As long as he stay over there. Don't go tell nobody you into this car. Don't tell nobody you into this gang. Don't tell nobody you into this religion. Don't tell nobody none of that. Keep that trash over there. You trash. And they walk away with their head between their legs. And they go. And if they look like they don't like a man telling them you a rat, stay on that side. I'm gonna stay on this side. I just don't want to crash out. That's what it is. Let's get back to Woody. All right, what we doing? We riding. Remember, Juanita Mecca Audio and Real Boss TTTV for the banging music when you ride and you just want to chill.
Help how I grew up. I can't help it. I can't help it. But let me tell you, the truth is the truth. These niggas on here scared. Ain't nobody unfollow Thug either. Them niggas didn't even unfollow him. They can't. They can't. Because why? Thug got dirt on their ass. Thug a Leo. They already know. Boy, hey, Wood ain't got no sense. He ain't got no sense either. But this ain't about me and Thug. Like I told y'all, they what the people want. You know what I mean? I told Thug and Lucha in the interview with the Denzel Project, I said, if Thug and Lucha come home and squash their beef, that's what the world gonna love. Everything I saying right now, I already don't say it. Y'all just ain't seen it. Now guess what? Thug and Lucha came home and squashed the beef. But they did something stupid though. Not cause Lucha ain't. Lucha doing what's best for him. He's sitting back with his feet kicked up and laughing at us. He laughing at us. Guess what he said? Goofies. And that's what we look like, some damn goofies. Cause we all on the internet. But let me tell you what I know. I know closed mouth don't get fed. So, hey, it's war, baby. It's about to be war. When I was outside yesterday, I ain't even post my location. You know why? I felt it in the air. I said, somebody about to get hurt. And it ain't gonna be me. I done got hurt long enough. It ain't gonna be me.
Now you hear Woody telling you straight up that it's gonna be war out there. You don't think that the people is watching this? And you got a man like Woody that everyone is scared to death of, saying that he felt the black cloud over his neck. You know, I feel like giving you a ride. I'm gonna take you on a ride back to 1988. Y'all wanna ride to 1988? Round of applause to 1988. Round of applause to 1988. All right. Relax before I hit some gunshots. Relax, I say, relax. Let's ride. I'm gonna take you back to 88, Ron. I walked in AJ Lester's on 125th Street. That was the biggest men's store in the world. They only had one location and sold more clothes than anybody else with one location. But anyway, I go in the joint, and when you go in there, they had the tall, nice-looking older lady in her 50s. I'm in my 20s at the time, banging, European, blonde hair, blue eyes, dressed real elegant like a lady. And this is on 25th when they didn't have no white people on 25th. But they had one that worked in AJ Lester. You go there, she take you in the basement, they pull out all these expensive sweaters and silk suits and mink coats and whatever you want. So I go in the joint, and as I'm walking around, I feel the hair on the back of my neck start to stand up. You know, like if you see your dog, right? You know, you walking your dog and he comes around another dog, and, you see that the mane of the hair on the back of his neck just start to stand up. And you know that he sees something and he's in aggressive mode and he sensed that it's danger. Well, that's how I felt while I was in AJ Lester. The hair on the mane and the back of my neck was standing up, and I'm scratching my little BBs, right? You know, we all got BBs. I'm scratching, my mom's was curly, I ain't gonna front. I'm scratching my little BBs, and I look around and I make eye contact with this young man older than me. And I felt the danger. I seen the devil in his eyes. He felt the danger and seen the devil in my eyes. We both in the store in the basement, trapped in, only one way out up the stairs, and we lock eyes. I don't know him. I just felt it, and he felt it, and I never took my eyes off him. I'm walking, I'm spinning, and everywhere I go, I'm keeping my eyes on him, and he's keeping his eyes on me, and, he just walked towards the stairs, and he backed up the stairs. You know what I mean? So as he's backing up the stairs, I don't want him to get up the stairs and get better location than me in case he trying to do so. Maybe he know me from somewhere else. So as I'm walking up the stairs, I'm playing it off. I'm walking and I'm talking to the sales lady, and I'm talking with my hand so he can see that it's there. And he's walking up the stairs, but he's going up backwards. You know, I notice this, she don't notice it. So as he's going up the stairs, I'm walking, and as soon as we get to the top of the stairs, you know what I mean? He walks and he backs out the door, and I walk her and say, oh, let me show you something in the window. And I take her out the store because I want to follow this dude. And as soon as I get out and I'm pointing at something in the window trying to ignore him, he peeked that and he continued to back up and backed around the corner. But that's because you can sense danger. Like Woody just said, you're going to hear him say it out of his mouth. He could feel the black cloud over him. I got another one for you to pay attention. I'm going to let Woody end it first because we riding.
So let me tell y'all something. Y'all, people on the internet claiming y'all for the black people. All these 6,000.1 people that's
All right. So, you know, I'm going to give the Lewisburg one, right? When I first walked into Lewisburg, right? This was in 1994. The exact date was October 17th, 1994. I walked in Lewisburg, and when they let me out the hole and I'm walking down, you know, the compound and the quarter, that's the compound, and I get to the red top, right? As soon as I start walking down the compound, I could see, I felt a black cloud over me. It felt dark and gloomy, like the whole prison was covered in a thick black cloud, and the prison is indoors. And as I'm walking, it's like I'm hearing my ears is ringing. And next thing I heard was real loud, somebody stomped on the floor. So I turned my head and look, and there's a man laying on the floor holding a joint in his neck. As Banky Pound would say, big shout out to Banky Pound. Let's get your drum machine and all that working right. Because we like to ride. And I don't have a problem with Banky, you know, busting shots. Because this is family, you know what I mean? We just know where it came from, you know? But anyway, so dude holding his neck, and I'm looking in shock. My first day in Lewisburg. And the dude walks over and he kicks him on the back of his hand. And I seen the joint go through the other side of his neck. And I'm like, what the goo mother flip flopping is going on? And where the flip flopping, where they got me at? And everybody starts running. And the gates start closing, and my man tackles me and grabs me and tackles me on the other side of the gate. And I'm looking at him like, yo, what you doing? Get off of me. And he said, nah, you just got here. But if you get caught on that red top when the gate closes and there's a body on the red top, you're going to be in investigation for at least 2-3 years until the case is over. I said, oh, man, good looking. You know, give him that. But that was the black cloud. That's the same black cloud Woody is talking about right there. So let's play another Woody joint, because Woody makes a lot of sense.
And you know what's so crazy? The
Listen to Woody.
enemies. You feel me? When you tell the enemies you sorry and you don't want them to be enemies no more, you don't want to do that, and they be like, okay. But then the moment they thought I was gone forever, they come out of woodwork. Then you got Charleston White. Charles White get on these interviews. Listen to me, y'all. I ain't trying to knock nobody, but if you're gonna bring me up, man, just come with your evidence, come with your facts. Charles White get on these interviews, and a lot of y'all don't understand what it is he's trying to do. He a lying, making things up, saying that he coached me through the YSL trial. Nobody coached me because it wasn't nothing to be discussed. I didn't sit on the phone with nobody talking about the trial or talking about nothing. I didn't even let people feel comfortable. Thank you for the super chat. I don't let people feel comfortable with talking to me about it. Nobody didn't know what was going to take place. I didn't even know what was going to take place. I just prayed and I told God to deliver me through this process. And that's what happened. I prayed and God delivered me through that process.
See, let me explain something to you, right? God puts us in certain situations to make us better. See, Woody wouldn't listen on the street. He just ran wild. Unique wouldn't listen on the street. He just rode around. So God put me in prison for 26 years. Did I get mad? No. I said, God, you know best. And I sat down for 26 years. Then you got Woody. Woody's going through a situation where now he got to tell on his comrades and expose himself. So he said, man, I'm going to leave this in God's hands. And that's what he did. This is when God speaks to you. I mean, I don't like that he told him to be a rat, you know, but he spoke to him and he listened. But that's how he felt to reform and purify his heart. Where Woody actually sounds remorseful for the things that he's done. Do you think Woody sound remorseful for the things that he's done? Because one thing I learned about Woody from my perception, right? Woody don't do too much lying. Woody's so crazy. Woody just tells the truth. You know what I mean? And he don't care who it hurt, what it hurt, and his skin thick enough to know that if you don't like it, you come see me. Let me ride. Just like in pimping, right? Let me take it back to 70s, 80s. Just like in pimping, right? You got a gorilla pimp. A gorilla pimp is the one that beats up his woman. You know what I mean? And then you sit there and you got the lover pimp. That's the one that feel he got to make love to his woman. You know what I mean? And, baby, and make her feel special. And then the gorilla just whoops him. You know what I mean? And then, when you got these two type of pimps and they're both trying to get to the same goal, and then they wind up clashing, who do you think is going to win? Put it in the comments. Been on here long enough. This 25 minutes, but you know what? I didn't get to finish this one, I don't think.
But now you got niggas on here talk about who a rat and who ain't. If I sat down and told the police, thug, and Thug sat down and told the police, bird, me and Thug the same thing, partner. Me and Thug the same thing. I love Thug. And you still gotta be careful what you say about him to me. Because I might slap you if you say the wrong thing. I can't help how my heart is. I can't help how I grew up. I can't help it. I can't help it. But let me tell you, the truth is the truth. These niggas on here scared. Ain't nobody unfollow Thug either. Them niggas didn't even unfollow. They can't. Because why? Thug got dirt on their ass. Thug and Leo. They already know. Boy, hey, Wood ain't got no sense. He ain't got no sense either. But this ain't about me and Thug. Like I told y'all, they what the people want. And you know what I mean? I told Thug and Lucha in the interview with the Denzel Project, I said, if Thug and Lucha come home and squash their beef, that's what the world gonna love. Everything I saying right now, I really don't say it. Y'all just ain't seen it. Now guess what? Thug and Lucha came home and squashed the beef. But they did something stupid though. Not cause Lucha ain't. Lucha doing what's best for him. He's sitting back with his feet kicked up and laughing at us. He laughing at us. Guess what he said? Goofish. And that's what we look like, some damn goofish. Cause we all on the internet. But let me tell you what I know. I know closed mouth don't get fed. So, hey, it's war, baby. It's about to be war. When I was outside yesterday, I ain't even post my location. You know why? I felt it in the air. I said, somebody's about to get hurt. And it ain't gonna be me. I done got hurt long enough. It ain't gonna be me. So let me tell y'all something. Y'all people on the internet claiming y'all for the black people. All these 6,000.1 people, that's woof. But now you got niggas on here talking about who a rat and who ain't. If I sat down and told the police, thug, and Thug sat down and told the police, bird,